stressful for me to make this live stream, but I don't have enough place in my phone. My phone memory card is full, so I decided to tell what I wanted to tell lively, and maybe I will later download it for cutting unnecessary clips and edit the video, the stream, the trans the live stream broadcast. You know, actually, my mind is comfortable with speaking in Russian since I received the education, both high and middle, in Russian, but I decided on principle to express what got burned in my soul, what is painful in my soul, in any other language rather than Russian. But the other options, other from Russian, are Kazakh, Turkish, and English. English is the only language that is more spread than Russian. Unfortunately for me, I'm a Kazakh person. Unfortunately, I'm starting to believe, okay, not to believe, to be afraid that even if all the Turkic countries would unite for a Turan, I think that Turan would lose to Russia. Unfortunately, Turkic countries are still together united, together combined, are still weaker than a single freaking Russia. You know, okay, that's not the topic I wanted to tell about. I wanted to tell about the harmful elements in the movies you translate, my dear colleagues, my dear translators of the movies. I've been translating audiovisual cinematography content, particularly, no, not part, okay, I mean, more precisely, animated series and full-length movies and live-action ones. From 2016, my debut was Cartoon Network's Over the Garden Wall, and since then I translated many of that. You know, long story short, many of that cinematography are the responsibility of the script writers, and also after the script writers, the censors, for the content of the shows and movies to be harmless for not only for kids but for humans, in terms of what is haram and what is halal in Islam. You know, we translators have to be also like a censors of the mess the script writers left and let to pass for the final version of what we have as movies and shows. It's like bad apples can spoil the whole barrel. It's like a fly in the oilment. I hope I said the idioms correctly. So I'm starting to have doubts that I wasted, okay, not wasted, I spent my time and energy to translate into Kazakh language those shows that contains this flies in the ointment elements in the script. Even in the Avatar The Lost Airbender, even in the Ghibli studio movies, even the ones directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Many of the Japanese animation in general can be questionable, since statistics speak that many of Japanese people are not Muslim but Shinto people, Buddhist, or maybe agnostic or atheists, and they can reflect their religious views in term of propaganda to their enemies. If I'm not mistaken, the Arabic countries dub and translate in the legal level content with censorship, with caution. Turkey translates with less censorship, I think, because since Turkey is a more secular country rather than Arabic ones. Okay, if you want more precise, definite examples, what I'm talking about, it's not only about what is haram. I'm not only talking about when characters drink alcohol or eat pork. You as a translator have to censor it. Also, I'm also talking about when characters normalize stealing just for comedy, damaging other else property just for comedy, and yes. So, dear translators of the languages that are in danger to die, the translators of the dying languages or the minor languages, please check up and be sure that you have enough of good translation of this content, that is Quran and Hadith, Sahih Hadith. Hadith, Sahih Hadiths, and Quran are one of the most important things to have a translation. So before spending your time to translating some questionable movies and films, be sure that you have enough quality translations in your minor and dying languages of Quran and Hadiths. You can translate not necessarily directly from Arabic if you don't know Arabic. You can translate from the translation. Maybe at some point, maybe you have to have an education of an imam. I think quality translations of Quran and Hadiths and tafsirs, good quality tafsirs, are so needed, especially for the languages, for the world of the translations in the languages which ethnoses, nations are mostly non-Muslims according to the statistics, but Allah knows better who is more, who is less Mu'min and Muslim. Our Creator knows best about His creations. For example, please help Czech people, because statistics can say that the majority of Czech people are calls themselves are atheists, and so on and so forth. Please develop the quality content about Islam in Chinese, Korean, Japanese. Do this instead of spending your time to translate some mess made by some script writers that probably reflected their questionable views to the work. For example, I translated to Kazakh language Puss in Boots, is the sequel, the Last Wish. I really disliked how in the end of the movie, spoiler, the characters freaking stole the ship, SHIP, from the mayor. Is it funny? Is it a comic? Is it a comedy? Script writers, why did you add that in a kids movie? Stealing is not okay. Stealing usually, generally, is haram in Islam. Maybe even in the Christianity. The Wind Risers is one of my favorite Ghibli movies. It contains the themes about engineering, war, dreams, and it's one of the rare examples when the main character is male in a Hayao Miyazaki movie. But it contains smoking. I really think someone can digitally censor those cigarettes. Just like how 4Kids Entertainment were digitally removing some elements in the visual. You can call me crazy, but at some degree, I can support what 4Kids Entertainment company has done in their time, in the 2000 years, especially for the Shaman King anime and One Piece. Even if they wanted to change their mind to localize One Piece when it was too late to sell it back. But hello, people who criticizes 4Kids Entertainment. I know it can be, you can ironize that America also produces some violent cartoons from the United States, but when it comes about localizing Japanese animation, they censor violence and so on and so on and so forth. But hey, Arabic people and maybe some other countries also do the censorship. Okay, I touched the debate about is censorship is good or not. Okay, there are two radical points from the both sides in many debates. Maybe you better not underdo, you better not overdo. You have to keep the golden middle, which is not necessarily 50 and 50. It can be, for example, 70 and 30, or 80 and 20. I hope you understand what I mean. Other example is Avatar: The Lost Airbender. The episode, the season 2, episode 7. The end contained some. The end of this episode of that. I don't want to spoil, but it had some. How in English? I have what I wanted to say in Russian, but I'm trying to translate it to English. Some allusion that of cremation, but you know, cremation is haram in Islam. You know, I understand that actually there are censors who controls the content that the script writers created, and the censors usually try to make the content secular in order for it to be tolerant for religious, for, yes, you know what secularism means. uh, Censors usually try to, for a kid friendly content to be secular. I understand. Okay. I maybe that's all for now. Maybe. Thank you for your attention.